Hi, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my hands, hi, I'm Erin of Planning Life with Erin, and I'm so excited that you decided to check out this video. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're returning, hey, how have you been? All right, guys, so we are going to be planning in the Hobonichi weeks today. It is Wednesday, March 13th. I'm a little behind this week, but I also just want to double check to make sure I am on the right week. It doesn't really matter. Like I've said before in past videos, I use my Hobonichi weeks as like a to-do list and mood tracker, market list, all that stuff. So I don't necessarily use it as like a planner. But we are on the correct week, and I decided that we're gonna go with Twinkle Twinkle from the Coffee Monster Co. I like these colors, and I have this really pretty washi that'll go well with it. And honestly, I am not having the greatest week, so I like these colors. They're kind of like colorful but pastel, so like just kind of chill. We'll get into why I'm not having a fantastic week and why I'm a little bit behind in a little bit. But first, let's gather up the tools that I need. I need my ruler. I need my Energel Clenna. And I think for colors, we're going to go with... I have a really pretty light pink, but I have to replace it because Little Miss Spencer colored a little too much with that one. So I think we might just do this purple and light blue. So I think that will work. And let me grab my couple other things. I've got my tweezers, my Tombow, Fudonoske. Guys, how long have you been around? I'm gonna pronounce this eventually, one of these days. And I'm gonna be using my Uniball. I've got this one, I think, actually, to be honest, I think that I replaced it with a 0.5 ink. And I like it. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I do. I still like it. I'm not noticing too much of a difference. I really like a dark, rich ink. So far, I'm getting that with the Uniball. I have my Energel Clenna and my ruler because I like to use the Clenna for making my lines. And then I may as well say what colors they are now. So we're going to go with Tombow 451 and Tombow 623. I think they'll look really nice with this little kit. And I was going to like get some washi and just, you know, create something from various stickers, but I decided that my mental space can't handle that right now, and I need just simple. And I just need to be able to relax and just get the list done, make it look pretty, and just, you know, kind of get everything out onto paper, because right now everything's just kicking around in my head, and my my headspace isn't fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Try to keep it real around here. So today is Wednesday. Monday I filmed my cousin, my Hobonichi cousin. So if you're interested in that video, it is one below this one. And I did not do a planner check-in with me last week because we had a lot of things going on. Spencer was sick in the beginning of the week. And then I sprained my ankle, pulled a ligament, all the things. Going to the ATM, which now I am afraid to do, but we'll get past that, hopefully. And then in the bottom half of the week, or the second half of the week, Weston got sick with something entirely different than Spencer. So that was really fun. And he was homesick on Monday. So my whole like Monday schedule was kind of off, because usually I like to set up my Hobonichi cousin and my Hobonichi weeks like in the same day. So this way, everything's all set and ready to go. And I feel like I have my ish together, when half the time I really just don't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even going to. I think I'm just going to run this all the way over, because why not? And then I'll just fold this in. So I didn't film on Monday because I was just kind of like, I don't know. I wanted to make sure I got my Hobonichi cousin done, because that's my main planner. That's my, you know, need to know what's up, check that planner. And I decided to hold off on this one. I actually was going to do it yesterday, but I actually kind of want to see something. I wonder how this would look. It's not super pastel-y. I'm like feeling like I'm feeling all of the emotions. So I kind of want to use one of these. I have this one. I don't know if it's going to be too dark. This one is, ooh, maybe baby. I I like all these emotion ones. Let's see. And then we have, this one's more of like a rainbow, and I feel like this is gonna be too many colors for me. Too many colors for my brain to handle. Yeah. All right, maybe we'll do this one. I just kind of want to throw in, I'm looking, I have washi everywhere, like literally. That word came out weird. Yeah, all right, we're gonna go with this one. I think this one will work. It's okay if it's a little darker. I don't mind that. I'm just feeling like I'm feeling all the emotions this week. So, oh, come on, I could do it. I can't see and I don't want to put my glasses on. How bad is that? All right, let's get this because this will work better, my knife. So yesterday I was planning on, so I didn't do it on Monday because Weston was homesick, and I don't know, I was just like, okay, I was a little bit off my game. So I made sure my Hobonichi cousin was set up. What was that? Cats going wild. I'm gonna like start a video. And then I figured yesterday I would film my Hobonichi weeks and the Han. But that didn't work out either. So if you're new to the channel, I have 2 kids. They are soon to be 10 and 12. Weston is my oldest. He's 11, going on 12. And Spencer's my youngest. She's 9 going on 19. If you have a girl, you might know. No, she's a good kid though. She's really... Anyways, so Weston is my oldest, and he is on the spectrum. He has autism. He is currently in 6th grade. So we had his IEP meeting, the yearly check-in, back in like, I think December. And then just recently, so I guess the way it works is he has like a resource room that he goes to, and he has that resource teacher. And like, this is all new territory for me. So he has a resource teacher, and that's where his homeroom is. And I was talking with her last week, and I was actually talking about just different things. Like, she actually reached out to me because I guess maybe the guidance counselor or whoever schedules out classes was going around and kind of talking to all the kids and seeing if they wanted to take a language next year. So this year they have what they call, I guess, exploratory classes. So you got your art and your computer science, technology, stuff like that, in a language, which Weston has not taken yet. But I guess they wanted to know, you know, who was going to be taking a language. And they went around asking the students if they would be interested in taking their language next year. And the way it works is it's like a 2-year program in the sense of half of it is done 7th grade, and then the other half is done at 8th grade, and then that counts as your 1 credit for high school. Because I believe you need 2 credits in a language to graduate and go on to college, if I remember correctly. I think that's how it was when I was in high school anyways. So Weston expressed that he would like to take Italian next year, and the teacher called me, his resource teacher, or one of them I should say, because it seems like he has a couple of them. Oh, you know what? Maybe. You know what I think I'm going to do? Hold on, guys. Sorry, I just had a side thought. I don't want to lose what I was saying, though. So she called me last week, and she was saying, you know, that Weston wanted to take the Italian class, and from, you know, it's difficult, which I can understand that. Like, you're learning how to say something, like every word that you know in English. That's how I explained it to Weston. Every word you know in English, you have to learn in Italian. Like in sections, not all at the same time. But I said it's a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of vocabulary words, things like that. So I might use those for my mood tracker, because I forgot that on these there are these little washi strips that I'd like to use. So anyways, after talking with his teacher last week, I was like, well, you know, I agree, because they're, you know, all right, let me see if I can start over. So the concern is Weston, he's super smart. He's super hard on himself. If he gets an answer wrong, he gets really upset. things have gotten a lot better. He's made a lot of progress over the years. It used to be worse. And a lot of that is just because he is, he's getting better at being wrong, and with some training and all that stuff, like with some, like, you know, Joe and I would say to him when he was doing something, we're like, you know, your mission is to, what is happening? Hold on, I have to pause because I don't know what just happened. Okay, I'm glad I paused because I heard some rustling. I actually thought the cats were dragging down like a shirt or a coat or something down the hallway. Poppy was like running away, all like kind of scared and freaked out. Just went down the hallway, and Weston actually made this like sarcophagus thing for social studies, and he had it on his dresser. And apparently, teamwork effort, Willow and Bo got it off of the dresser and was like carrying it, dragging it down the hallway. I'm glad I got up. Anyways, so we would tell Weston, and we still kind of tell him, you know, we want to get one answer wrong. Like, even if it's on purpose, just, we want you to get one answer wrong. Just so he can be okay with hearing that he got it wrong. For him, there's like this strong like connection. Like he'll say, like, if he gets the answer wrong, he's like, oh, my IQ. It just went down because I got the answer wrong. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, that doesn't work that way. And, you know, we explained to him that when you get an answer wrong, that is, it's okay because you're learning. Like, he doesn't know everything. He has this obsession with trying to be perfect, and I've had to kind of explain things to him where, like, nobody's perfect, you know. We just had this conversation the other day, him and I, and I'm like, nobody's perfect. Animals aren't perfect. The cells in our bodies aren't perfect, you know, like DNA sometimes can mess up and make a mistake and not regenerate properly and all that good stuff. So, you know, it was having conversations like that with him on a regular, and then having it so we have him get an answer wrong. Those things are very helpful, I think. And I think they've been helping very much. Still not perfect. Anyways, so we have that we're contending with. And then he has trouble with things like homework. So he does his homework. He does it no problem. He gets upset when there is homework. Like if they say, hey, there's homework. And now this year, and going forward too, with all these, you know, in the other years, he's going to, he has resource. So he can go into the resource room and he can work on his iReady and all that good stuff and get his work done at school, which is really nice because if he has any trouble or anything like that, he can get the help potentially, you know, and not stress out too much about things. So, ooh, these are cute. Can I use, oh, they're little stickers. Oh my gosh, have I never noticed these on, or maybe it's just to this sheet because I don't think I've ever noticed them before. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Anyways, so he, so last Friday I had to go, no, was it last Friday? No, it was the Friday before. I'm like confused on my days because kids sick home all the time. Not this Friday that just passed, the Friday before. And this is kind of like a twofer. So he was having a really, really good week. We had just come back from February break. He had a great Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and he was so happy with himself. And he was like, I'm going 5 for 5. And I'm like, that's amazing, buddy. But like, don't put so much pressure on yourself because, you know, we're human. We have bad days. It happens. And just because we have a bad moment doesn't mean it's like trash your entire day. So Friday, I got a phone call from his teacher to come and pick him up like in like our spot, because normally he walks. And normally he is fine to walk, but he was having some trouble. It was like the last 5 minutes of the day. He was dysregulated. He was upset because something had happened and it kind of triggered him. And then he was having a hard time coming back from it. She didn't feel comfortable with him walking. So she asked if I would, which obviously, and that's only happened, like I think we said yesterday, like maybe 3 times throughout this whole year, which is really great. So, he got upset. Sometimes like a domino, You know, it's like, and I feel like that too. I'm sure we're all like that. Like, you know, like something happens and you're having, like, maybe something happens and you're not having a fantastic day and you're like just hanging on by a thread and like I break my nail, or like you get your stupid sweater stuck on the handle of a drawer in the kitchen or something, you know, that's always when that seems to happen. And then that's it. Like, I've lost it just because my sweater has gotten attached to a handle. It happens. So, and trying to help him understand that we all feel these emotions. It happens to all of us. Sometimes we have to just kind of learn how to keep our ish together just to get us like past certain points in our day where maybe we're more comfortable and we can just like, I mean, I love that he's comfortable at school, but like at home, like, or, you know, think the thoughts inside of our mind and then release them when we come home, kind of thing. But he kind of got triggered because he had homework, and it was like homework over the weekend. Not a lot. When I say homework, like, we'll get to that, but it was not a lot. So he was just really upset. A lot of what happens with Weston is he has like these hobby projects that he works on for hours. You know, like he's not sitting there playing like Call of Duty, or he'll play Minecraft, but he's not actually playing Minecraft. He's building things in Minecraft, or he'll create an entire slideshow, or sometimes like he's in a coding class right now, so he built a website for the class, and then like he went back even after he had turned it in, he decided to add more things to the website. So like he's very like, he likes to do stuff like that. He does have his moments where he like watches YouTube videos. He's just like a regular kid like that, you know. But hold on, I just want to write this in before I forget. I want to get some, we don't normally get K-Cups very often, but there's a really good sale at BJ, so I want to make sure I get them. So I know what happens with him. He has like a plan on what his afternoon's going to look like. And usually it's very cookie cutter. His weekends look very similar, aside from like different plans that we might have. But like he gets up at a certain time. He has a certain breakfast. He has certain days. Like he likes to have a Pop-Tart on Friday. That's like Pop-Tart Friday. And then on Saturday mornings, he likes to have an onion bagel. And then like on other days, he has like toast and a sausage. And, you know, it's just, it's the rigidness of him, but there's been so much growth and so much flexibility over the last, even just the last 6 months. It's been really good. It's really good. It's healthy, all that stuff. But we still have our rituals, habits, rigidness, you know, our plan of what the weekend's going to look like. And then when something like homework interjects into that, it can send him on a spiral, and it can trigger him, and he gets very upset. And I feel that to a degree myself. Part of the reason why I've been off, like I was off on Monday, was because he was home. You know, sometimes I get like that too. I try to be more flexible also, and I'm trying to like show him how to be more flexible. But he got upset that Friday, and it was because of homework. He might get upset in class if they are working on something. Let's say there's 5 questions and the bell is going to be ringing in 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and he knows it's getting to the point where the bell's going to ring and he's only on answer 3. He gets really, really upset because he can't finish it. He's afraid to miss things. Something might go wrong and they have to ask him to leave the classroom, because I think in the beginning of the year he had said something like whatever, like he asked the teacher about setting up folders or notebooks or something, and the teacher had said no, and then probably went into a long explanation. This is no excuse, but I can see why or what happened. The teacher probably went into this long explanation. He was probably like, oh, whatever. And not necessarily a disrespectful, bad way. I know I'm biased when I say this, but my kids are really not disrespectful. They are kids. When they say something that might seem disrespectful, it is them just being kids and still navigating social norms. That's really all it is. And we are here as the parents to teach them, like, okay, well, you can't do that. You can't call your teacher bro. You can't say whatever to a teacher. Like and it's a little bit more tricky with Wes when it comes to the social norms, if that makes sense. So he was only at school for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And he said, whatever. And I realized that people don't know him and they're used to dealing with kids that are jerks and being disrespectful on purpose. There's a lot of like, you know, disrespect and oppositional defiance and all those things. So I get it. I've worked in a school. I know. a no. But he said whatever, and the special educator, the resource teacher that goes around from class to class, so like they're essentially co-taught classrooms, just said get out. And oh, do I need toilet paper? I'm not sure. I think I do. I think Joe said that the toilet paper I might have gotten wet when we had a flood last week. I have to put a little question mark next to that. So he just told him to get out, and that triggered him because it was just like a get out kind of thing with no explanation. Get your stuff, get out. And then all of that kind of like avalanches into this. I'm going to miss class, and then I don't. And there were quite a few days where he came home and he was very upset. I missed class, and Weston's academics are very important to him. I'm trying to separate academics and achievements from the way he feels about himself. So we were working on that. That's like, we're all works in progress, right? That's what I like to say on here. Progress, not perfection. So I'm not a huge fan of the special educator that is in the classroom. I love his homeroom and his resource teacher. I think she's great. Her and I tend to be on the same page a lot, and all the things. But I've met him once. I've met his resource teacher that goes from class to class. I've met them once online in a Zoom because Spencer was sick or something, so we had to do a Zoom meeting. So I didn't even meet him in person. And then I've had I think we've had 2 or 3 other IEPs, like an evaluation, then the actual IEP, and he never came to those. I don't know how it works in this school. All right, let's see. Hold on. I just want to pick my color. I think we're going to go with these. These are pretty. So I thought it was kind of weird that he didn't come to the meetings, but you never know. All right, I'm going to save that till I'm done talking because I can write out my to-do list, and then I think I'm going to cut these up and use them for my, I'm gonna. All right, let's do it while I'm talking. I almost said while I'm on the phone. I feel like sometimes I'm on the phone talking to a friend when I'm filming these. All right, so we've got. So he was there yesterday, and Joe actually was supposed to come with me. Joe comes with me to all of them. He forgot. And I think, because, he left a little early on Friday, so I could go to the doctor's. And then last week, because Spencer was sick, he went in a little late on Monday. So, and when I had said to him, did you remember about the meeting tomorrow? He was like, oh, no. And it was kind of late, so it was kind of hard for him to message his boss at like 10:30 and be like, hi, I'm going to be late tomorrow, that kind of thing. I'm sure if he did, he would have, it would have been fine. But I understand why he didn't, He works for really great people, but I get it. And there probably wouldn't have been a problem, but like I said, I get it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what we're doing here for emotions. So we've got sad. How do I do it? Hold on. So Joe wasn't able to come with me. I want to see if I can just kind of plop one down and then kind of go from there. Because I think this is going to look cute. If I can get it to work right. I'm not going to push it down all the way. And then this one's mad. So I do happy, anxious, baseline, sad. Do I even do sad? No, I do tired and mad. All right, hold on. Sorry. Maybe we'll change that around. Let's see what we have for. These are so cute. I like this color. Yeah, so he wasn't able to come with me, which I was like, oh no, that's fine. Like I have some serious social anxiety. I mask it very well. And it's kind of funny because I didn't have like terms for these things. I remember talking to a friend of Joe's at one point. I'm like, I have severe social anxiety. He's like, you'd never know. And even Joe would say it. He's like, you would never know you have terrible anxiety. And I mask very well. I always have. It's stressful. It's tiring. My social battery goes from 100 to 0. All right, so what is this one? Anxious? I think this one's going to be anxious. That one kind of looks anxious to me. These are bigger than what I normally do, so we'll see. Do I have it tired? I have this one's actually kind of anxious, but it looks a little more crazy. Sad. I don't use sad, so I have angry, mad. I need happy and tired. So let's see if we can find those. So I mask pretty well. Oh, here's this one's we'll use for the baseline because it's just kind of chilling. So I was like, you know what? I can go. It'll be fine. I've been around, I've met them. We've had meetings with them. It's a really great team. It'll be good. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. These are not even. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about that. It's going to bother me. So let me see. I feel like I'm going to use this one for tired. And then I think I have one over here with hearts or tongue sticking out for happy. So let's get this one off. So I was like, you know what? I'll be fine. We're just having this meeting so we can talk about getting additional support in the classroom for Weston, like maybe getting like a one-on-one, that kind of thing. Because he would benefit from it. Like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not, you know, I'm okay with things like a one-on-one because I know it'll help him and all that stuff, like in his general studies, like just to kind of help him with transitions, help him like maybe identify or help him regulate, that kind of thing. Or even in the sense of like, well, yeah, he's only on question 4, but they don't need to finish it. And like just to remind him so he doesn't kind of like freak out that he isn't going to get done, you know, that kind of thing. All right, let's see if I can actually cut this without really causing damage to anything. I think I can. I think I did. No, I didn't. I don't want to cut too hard. Oh, you know what? Maybe. Oh, no, because I'll just cut the paper. I was going to put like I have like a squishy not cutting board, pencil board. Okay, well, that's coming up a little bit. Got my tweezers. Gotta love these surgeries. I'm like, I'm just going to keep it easy today. Anyways, so I thought the meeting was going to be so when I talked to his teacher, the resource teacher, we were talking about Italian and how I think that, you know, I would like for him to try it if we can. And I asked her, you know, if we could, just cut myself. If I could answer her on Monday. This was like last week, and then Weston got sick, so I didn't really have a chance to answer her on Monday. But I also was asking her about honors classes because I did get an email, and I think I said this last week in one of my previous videos, that I did get an email talking about honors and qualifying and all that stuff. Now, I know that he probably, oh, look at that. Okay, it's not perfectly straight, but it's better than it was. I knew he probably wouldn't qualify for reading honors because we have a hard time with, he reads great. He reads at a higher level, but we have a hard time with, like, opinion questions and, he's not confident enough. I don't think it's a lack of ability. I think it's lack of confidence. So, all right, you know what? I didn't give myself enough room. We're going to still try to make this work. I'm still going to make this look good. So, but for math, yes, for sure. He would definitely qualify for honors because he was like doing like, I don't know, 6th, 7th grade math in 5th grade. So he would definitely qualify to be in a math honors class. But anyway, so I said to her, I was like, you know, I'd like to talk about it, I'd like to have the conversation. What do we need to get him for services? Does he need a one-on-one? All the things. So that's what yesterday's meeting was supposed to be about. That's what I was under the impression that it was about. I feel like I was bamboozled, but not intentionally. So we started having the meeting, and, you know, I said that I called the meeting because I wanted to see if I could get him a one-on-one, get him some additional support in the classrooms to help out with things like when he does get maybe triggered because there's homework or not being able to finish a paper or, something, anything like that. And the math teacher was there. So the way that we've had our IEPs, like I've met like who'd I meet? Science teacher, the English teacher, and I think that's it. And then we had like one Zoom meeting so I can meet the whole team. I can meet all the teachers, that kind of thing. So the math teacher was there, which I would expect. And the resource teacher that I don't normally see and hasn't come to any meetings was also there, which I thought was odd. And there was some, who was she? The school psychologist and then the vice principal. Because I guess I think the way they do things is you have the dean of students and the dean of academics maybe, or the vice principal of students and one of academics. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in school and I know they do things differently. Just district to district even, they'll do things different. So this is looking so cute, guys, by the way. Let me pause. You guys see that? Super cute. I'm liking this. Okay. I'm going to probably bring in some decorative pieces to kind of fill in a little bit here. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. So we're going to work on the to-do list while I continue to talk, and then we'll figure it out. Okay. So we start the meeting, and they're like, Mrs. Science, you wanted to have the meeting. Why, basically. So I'm like, well, I was like, I wanted to see if we can get Weston some additional support, get it written into his IEP. And because they do have a TA that comes in with him when she can, because she has someone else, but then that child is out a lot, so she goes with Weston, which is very helpful. And I would like to see maybe some data, and I don't know if that's even a thing, but how performance-wise, if he does better with somebody there versus not. I think the answer would be yes. I think it's pretty obvious. But I'm getting a message. Okay. Anyways, so I was like, I'd like to get him some extra help or an extra body in the classroom. And I wanted to find out about honors class, math class. So we started talking about it, and the math teacher was very nice. Hold on a second. I'm just wanting to switch dentist appointments for Wes. And then I want to call an orthodontist. Let's see if I can spell that for Wes, because we're getting to that age. I think we're past that age, and then I have to call Spencer's dentist because I still can't get the baby teeth out. And I'm getting concerned. And I have to follow up for the MRI. Okay. So, she starts off by saying that, that he's doing really well. His scores are really high and he does qualify, but she gave him a 1. She didn't recommend him for it because of the outbursts that he has in class. Now, when I say outbursts, I would say it's an average of 2 to 3 a week, not always in math. It could be in any classroom. But that's the average. So the last 2.5 weeks, he hasn't had any except for 1. So you see what I'm saying? So he has if you were going to look at a graph, he has a baseline, and then he peaks at certain times of the year. From January to the 100th day of school, he has issues. Something happened. Not getting into that, but in kindergarten, I feel that's the reason why we peak at that time. We spike. But we're back down to baseline. And then the resource teacher who's in the room, and my issue is that I feel resource is resource. Resource helps with learning disabilities, helps with reading issues, math issues. It helps if kids need to take a test a certain way, they're there. I don't feel there is resource or a special educator or a department or a branch of it that helps kids that are brilliant but have a hard time keeping their ish together because they have a hard time regulating themselves and they're still learning something that comes very naturally to adults, most adults maybe, I think we're finding in the year 2024, a lot of adults don't know how to regulate themselves, and they are doing things to regulate. But anyways, so, and then again, we place these expectations on kids that are crazy, I think, personally. But anyways, oh, you know what? I didn't want to do water. I wanted to do low spend, but that's okay. We'll just put another one in. Anyways, so he is saying also that he does not recommend this for Weston, and, you know, because if it's, you know, they've gotten into a rhythm, with a class or with, you know, with each other that, like, you know, when they're realizing there's only 5 minutes left, don't forget, Weston, we only have to go up to number, you know, 4. Don't worry about it. We're not going to go past there. Don't, you know, and I get that. Like, that's the whole point of having the one-on-one. The one-on-one is going to be the one that reminds him of that. And I think that this resource teacher is just that for academics, for kids that need the extra help with reading, math, taking tests a different way, that kind of thing. Because I often have heard them say, like, you know, he has his kids, and then, you know, there's the gen ed kids, and I'm sitting here, but it's never been like, I have Weston and my kids. It's just, I have my kids. And it's like, well, where does Weston fit in on all this? You know, so it's difficult for me, and I need to ask more questions. So anyways, he was saying that he doesn't recommend it either because no additional support. So I'm like, all right, let's get it written to the IP. Let's find somebody. They don't have anybody. Like, it doesn't seem like they have anybody, or nor are they trying to really set it up. And I don't think it's their fault. I think they just don't have anybody, which is really difficult for me to hear, because I'm like, hi, I can do it. Like, I can do it for any of these kids. It's stressful. It's hard. I did in the preschool level. It'll probably be as stressful in the middle school, high school, elementary level, just different, you know, different levels, different grades, different stresses. But, like, they don't want to hire somebody like me because though I had much college, I took a lot of psychology, but I did poorly in math, yay, and one of my English classes, I ended up dropping it because the teacher was ridiculous. But I don't have an associate's degree. I have a lot of psychology underneath my belt, though. Granted, that was many, many moons ago. However, I also have the number one thing that would be excellent for a TA for kids who have special needs. I have a child who has special needs. I understand what it's like to be in this world. I understand how to help some of these kids. I mean, I might not understand the kid right away. It might take me a minute, and that's what happened in the preschool level, because a lot of these kids were nonverbal, but, like, you figure it out, and, like, they love you for it. Like, when you go into their world, they're like, holy wow, because a lot of people don't do that. They want them to be in our world, and that is just so But anyways, I digress. So, sounding like he didn't feel comfortable with it because we didn't have any TA. They can't find a TA. In a perfect world, if we had a TA, maybe. But we also we were kind of going around in circles, and I was saying things like, you know, I really wanted to do Italian. I vowed that I would not let Weston's disability get in the way of anything he wants to do. So if he wanted to do Italian, let's try it. Why can't we, like, I found out that we could try the Italian. If it doesn't work out, he can go back to his exploratory classes. That's great. Like, let's try it. He's not guilty before, you're innocent for proving guilty. Give him a chance. Give him a fair chance. If he can't handle it, he can't handle it. It's my child. I'm not going to force him to do anything that's going to cause him mental stress. Right? So, we kind of went around in circles, sort of. We were kind of like kicking around different ideas, like in a perfect world, if we had this and that, and like, different testing that we can do. So we're going to do this test. I forgot what it is. It's an assessment test to see how he places on that. Great. I want the data because I'm curious. But right now, I also found out that he is not in iReady anymore because it is over and done with by 8th grade. He's already done with it. So they've got him on a different math venture, I guess. And, we're kind of all talking. We talked about the Italian. We're going to do that. And then when I guess the social worker realized, like, oh, okay, so we're going to do Italian. Yeah, like, well, let's not do math too. We don't want to stress him out too much. And it's like, I don't want to stress him out. I really don't. Like, so I want, you don't understand that. I don't want to stress him out. But I need him to be challenged, and I want him to feel like he is, I want to give him the confidence to be able to do these things. You know what I mean? Because like homework is just going to get harder. Work is going to get more. I don't want him to be so upset about work and stuff. I just kind of want to get him into, and he does fine. Like he does great with his homework. That Friday that I was telling you guys about in the beginning of all this, we went around the corner and he was fine. He was laughing and he came in. He's like, I'm going to do my homework. I'm like, all right. And he got it done. He got it done in like 10 minutes because he realizes that if he gets it done, then he's free. He doesn't have to worry about it all weekend. And it's just the initial change and shift. Like he doesn't shift fast. And some of us adults don't either, and it's just with him, he wears his emotions on the outside of his body. And like, that is where the therapy needs to come in, like where I can help him not hold it in and not feel it, but the reaction. So it's not going to affect the people around him and like that kind of thing. I don't know. It's like a slippery slope. But anyways, I'm still navigating all of that myself. And I really, honestly, if there's any like caregivers or special needs, anybody out there that can help me, point me in the right direction, because I don't even know what kind of therapies would help with something like that. But anyways, so after everything was said and done, we kept coming around again with it. His resource teacher, his homeroom teacher was like, well, so if we can get a TA and we can get somebody to be in the classrooms with him, would you be okay with him being in the honors math class? And the math teacher was kind of saying yes. But then all of a sudden the other resource teacher was like, no, I don't feel comfortable with that at all, because I don't think it'll be good for his mental health. And I'm worried. I'm honestly legit worried about his mental health. And I'm like sitting here looking at this guy. I'm like at one head of this very long like board table, and he's at the other end. He's super intimidating. I don't know why, because I don't know. I think it's just my anxiety. But he's like, no. He's like, I'm very concerned about his mental health. And, there's a lot of rigor in this class, and he's not going to be able to keep up. And And I get it. I get the concern. It's valid. And I said that. I was like, I agree with you. It's a valid concern. But what I'm not understanding is that why can't we just put him in the class to see if he can do it? And if he cannot do it, then we just switch him out and put him in another math class. Like, I'm not understanding why we can't give this kid the opportunity. I talked to my parents. My parents are like, well, if they can't get him a one-on-one, maybe we can hire a one-on-one. I'm like, I don't even know if you can do that. Like, I mean, I know you can hire a one-on-one, but like, they're supposed to provide one. Problem is that if there is nobody and there is no job, like if there is nobody filling the job, it's not necessarily their fault in the sense of they have people, but they're not going to give me one. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that I need to, we've had trouble over the years with different things. Ooh, cats are going nuts. So I'm versed in some things, but I think I need to go to the advocate and just kind of bounce some things off of her and figure out what's going on, because it just didn't sit well with me. It's still not sitting well with me. I'm kind of sick to my stomach. I haven't been feeling good. I know I had a stomach bug in my house, but I don't think that's what it is. I just completely shut down yesterday. I literally sat here for like 3 hours and I colored and I did a diamond painting because my headspace is just like, what just happened? It was really, really difficult for me. So that's what happened. We ended up deciding that he's going to take Italian. And again, I don't want to stress him out. He wants to try Italian. I'm going to let him try Italian. You go for it, kid. I told him, I was like, listen, you're going to have a lot of homework. You're going to have a lot of studying. And you know what? Here's the thing. Weston's very, very smart. He really is. He's really into math and music and science, and he loves those things. Reading is not his strong point. I mean, he reads, like he can read, he reads at an advanced level, but it's not the reading part. It's the, like, if you read a story and, like when you're reading it, like you're kind of understanding that like they're happy or sad, like you're reading in between, like he has a hard time with that. But he still does okay. He gets by. He still has an A in English, that kind of thing. It's just not his super strong point. Math, science, more math than science, to be honest. Science, it's more of a curiosity-based thing, but he's, and then social studies he loves. Knows, he probably tells them things they don't even know. And I'm not saying that to toot my horn or his horn. It's just the truth. Like, he is a sponge when it comes to certain things. He can pick up an instrument and start playing it, just, fooling around. He played a kid piano, like a baby piano. He played like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star when he was a baby. He was like three or four. And I heard it. I thought it was like the piano, like the toy was on. No, he was actually sitting there playing the piano. He played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And then I was like, nah, he probably just memorized it. And he played on my parents' piano, and he played something else, like Old MacDonald or something. And he's so, his mind is so beautiful. It really is. The way that he absorbs knowledge, his curiosity. I laugh because sometimes I'm like, he's like my echo. Where I'm like, I don't know. Somebody will ask me something like, Weston, and he knows, like, random facts. He is your man to have with you for trivia night. But I think he'll do well with Italian. And I think that having a contingency plan is perfect. It's fine. I don't think it's going to do anything to his self-confidence or anything like that. I've talked to him extensively about trying it out, seeing if he can handle it, if he likes it, if it's becoming too much or too overwhelming for him. That doesn't mean anything. It just, we can do the exploratory classes, which is fine too, because he really likes art. So I'm just wondering why we couldn't just set him up in this math class. And then if it didn't work out, we could move him back. You know, we were even like, his resource teacher, the homeroom teacher was like, well, what if we can somehow finagle the schedule and we can have like honors math be during resource, so that I can have him go in there and he can take notes and he can get a feel of the class. But there's no expectations for him to like do the homework or turn in the work or whatever. And it's like, well, if we're going to do that, why don't you just let him go be in the class and then see what happens? But like, the math teacher, again, very nice. And then the other resource teacher, they were like, yeah, but there's a lot of rigor and it goes really fast. They're not going to stop for him. He can't be having outbursts in that class. It's like a dagger in my heart, because let's just say what it is. So he's smart enough. He has the grades, but he can't because he has outbursts occasionally. But if we got him a one-on-one, that would probably help with that. It's really difficult. I don't like being in this world sometimes because I want to scream and I'm like, I don't understand. So that's where my headspace has been at for the last 2 days. And I didn't film yesterday like I had planned because I just needed to take the time to just veg. And honestly, I wasn't gonna film today either, but I'm like, you know what? I need to kind of get myself back in the groove of it. And I think talking sometimes helps me organize my thoughts, along with planning, helps me organize my thoughts as to what maybe I can do. And also, I love to hear from you guys. I know that I have a lot of special need parents out there, caregivers, and autistic adults that follow me and subscribe to the channel. And I would love for you to weigh in on this, even if you just have like your 2 cents you want to throw in. Please comment below. I would appreciate that, because right now I'm feeling like I'm on the island again, and I haven't felt like that in a while. So yeah, okay. I don't even know where I'm going with like my list here, because I have some phone calls that I need to make, and let me see if I can highlight this without it getting too smudged. Yeah, it's smudged. Oh well. And then I have my regular stuff that I need to do. I have to go to the bank also. I'm petrified, guys, to go to the bank. I'm afraid I'm going to like sprain my ankle again. What else? We don't have anything going on this weekend. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I do want to put a reminder down here because I changed my hair appointment. Okay, so I don't want to just like switch to another topic, but thank you for listening to all of what I just said. I hope it was easy enough for you to follow along and understand what I'm trying to say. And like I said, if you have any advice to give me, I would truly appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for listening. But moving on, I am going to get my hair colored on Monday. I decided to go for it. I've been kind of going back and forth with that for a while, but I did decide to go with it, and I'm going to get it done on Monday and then take Spencer for a haircut the following Saturday. So that's going to be nice. Let's see, what else? I feel like there was other things that I needed to get done this week, and I cannot remember what it was. I'm going to go see if I can find my other list. Okay, sorry about that. I have other things so I want to print spring vellum. Coffee Monster Co. I have the spring version of this, so I want to print either a vellum. I think this is a vellum. Because we're going to be getting ready to change into the January start. So I want to start thinking about what I need for that. And I have I'm just going to put this in here. I don't know when it's coming. I really hope, I think it might be here this weekend, but I'm not sure. My Happy Mail from Coffee Monster Co. from the anniversary sale. I know it's shipped. I'm just going to put a question mark. I feel like I'm really boring this week. I have phone calls that I have to make. That's important. Oh, and I want Joe check with tree company. We have a tree that needs to get cut. Okay. And I think that is it. Oh, he has to call for his sinuses. All right. I have to put things down that I have to remind Joe to do because if not, I will forget. Oh, and I have to pick up Weston's glasses. They are ready. They've been ready. Problem is their late night is Monday and Thursday, and Weston was sick last week, so when they were done, he was sick. And today we can't because he gets out of school. He gets out of school later, and they close early. So tomorrow's Thursday. That's when we're going. I'm going to use this little cloud guy. Oh, I wanted to put more decorative stuff here. See, I'm just having mood tracker. No, that's too much there, I think. I'm going to put this here. And let's see if we have any decorative pieces, and then we will call this one done. I think I want to go into my seasonal binder. Oh, and people were asking where I got these binders from. I'm going to answer the comments. I haven't had a chance because I've been like meh. But I've got all this stuff linked in my Amazon storefront. I really like these. I had some soft ones, some soft like a vinyl, a clear vinyl sticker book, but I like these a lot better. I like the front cover. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I have a spring one. Ooh, we'll use this one next week. I think spring starts next week, right? Next week, 20th or something. This is cute. We'll use one of these. I don't have too many. I want to save my Easter ones because I don't think I ordered anything for Easter. I have quite a bit. We'll use this one. It's spring. And let's use this. I just want to fill this in a little bit. And this one. These are so cute. These are the spring planning time emojis. All right, so we'll do this one for self-care. And I'm just gonna pop this one in here. That's Friday, we don't have anything. This is a slow week. And then I'm gonna put this one here for a low spend. Cool, I like that. Just to have a little bit more going on. Oh, and I wanted to write in that I have the IEP. That was at 8:10. Oh, that was awful. I really wish Joe was there. Had I had known it was going to be like that kind of a meeting, I definitely would have had him there. Just because sometimes he gives me that extra, he's like that rock. He's like the body double when I need it. And I was feeling very anxious. So I wasn't like mama bear that I really felt like maybe I needed to be. But yeah, after thinking about it too, I'm like, all right, I need to figure it out. And I think maybe I'm not happy with the decision. I'm trying to figure out what to do. So like I said before, if you have any sense to put in, please let me know down in the comments below. I really appreciate it. Because I don't know what I should do. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I haven't discussed the honor classes with him. And they had asked me that yesterday if I had talked to him about it. And I had just told him we had an IEP meeting and we were going to talk about maybe getting him a one-on-one to help him out in his classroom. And if he qualified for honors. He did not ask me yesterday. I did not bring it up. He just asked how the meeting went. And I said, good. And I just left it at that. So he doesn't know. And I don't want to ask now because I'm afraid that like if I ask him and he's like, ooh, I can go into a better math class and like be more challenged kind of thing, like yeah, and then like sorry, but we can't. I don't want to do that because I feel like that is more damaging for his mental health than being in the class and then like being stressed out, but kind of pushing through the stress. It's like, I might sound off here, but I feel like we do need to push a little bit, because Weston also, once he gets into the groove, once he has the new, routine and all that stuff, he thrives. He does do well. There are bumps in the road. It's difficult. It's difficult with all kids and adults when changing routines and things like that. But once you kind of get in the groove of it, I think he would do well. But I can't really have like a discussion with him because I don't want to let him know that he may not be able to be in that class. Or do I? And then say, we have to help. We have to like kind of like get our hands around like the outbursts and try to, we can use an indoor voice to express our frustration or, being upset or whatever. Okay, anyway, sorry guys. I feel like I chatted this whole time about this, but it's been on my mind. It's been tough. I've had a pretty stressful 24 hours. And it's been tough. It's been tough for me. So thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. And like I said, if you have any, anything you want to chime into this, please, I appreciate, advice or anything like that down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and hang out with me. I really appreciate it because I know we're all busy, and thank you so much for listening through this, this video, because it's just something that's just been weighing on my mind and my heart. But love this planner. I love this layout. I think it came out really cute. I like this spread. I like these colors. Like, it kind of makes me happy. I do like this, and I do have other colors of these, so maybe we keep this. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know also what you think of this down in the comments. And if you are interested in subscribing to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. And if hit the little bell notification if you want to be notified anytime we come out with something new here on the channel. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Here on this channel, we plan in the Hobonichi Cousin, Hobonichi Weeks, Hobonichi Han, and there's a lot of other things, like I do some Amazon hauls or favorites and sticker hauls and all the things like planner setups and all that kind of stuff. We have some vlogs, things like that. So if any of that interests you, go ahead and hit subscribe. And until I see you guys again, have a beautiful week and keep planning. Bye.